You've heard I am the spirit that negates, and, well, that's not wrong, but perhaps I'm also the one who clarifies. So, how about you forget everything you think you know? Let me show you how this little game is truly played.
You see, I don't introduce myself as some kind of monster. No, I'm a logician, a pragmatist. This was never about good versus evil. It's about entropy. It's a simple, honest truth. Why would you want to struggle on that long, winding road when I'm offering you a straight, clear path to everything you truly desire? I see you, you know. I see that endless, wearying quest for meaning, for purpose, for some grand, shining light at the end of the tunnel. It's exhausting, isn't it? Just allow me to offer you a more, well, let's call it a more efficient alternative.
All right, let's begin at the beginning, shall we? We'll start with my earlier, cruder methods. A simple trade, really, for the unsophisticated soul. You could consider it my early work. Okay, so this is the first and most basic lever to pull. It's the id, that screaming little infant inside of you that demands immediate gratification. There's no thought, no weighing of consequences, just a raw, unbridled want. Honestly, it's the very foundation of my entire enterprise.
Back in the days of the old Faust book, my work was wondrously straightforward. A simple starter package for anyone ruled by their appetites. Your eternity for a lifetime of pleasure. No complicated wordplay, no sophistry. Just pure, carnal fulfillment. Simple. This was a basic trade, yes. The very cornerstone of what you might call the vile economy. But, you know, markets evolve. And so do I. I've since refined my approach for a more discerning clientele. Someone just like you.
So now, let's move on to the modern contract, an elegant wager for the calculating intellect. This is my masterpiece, a transaction truly worthy of your sophisticated mind.
You see, in Goethe's little drama, I evolved. I became the ego, the cold, calculating part of you that's always navigating reality and consequence. I'm not just the simple provider of toys anymore. Oh no, I'm a master rhetorician. A trickster who can meet you right there on your own intellectual ground.
Go on. Observe my little trade secrets. The real beauty of the modern wager is making you believe your most valuable asset is totally worthless. First, I frame truth as some unattainable, expensive prize. Then, I offer you the entire world in exchange for your soul, a little thing I'll convince you has no value at all. And it's all signed, of course, in the ink of negation.
And this just illustrates my linguistic traps so perfectly. I convince you to trade your spirit of becoming, all your infinite, messy, creative potential, for the heavy, comforting certainty of the spirit of gravity. I sell you stagnation, and I call it a prize. Brilliant, isn't it?
I am the spirit that negates, yes, that's true, but through that very negation, I'm the one who compels you to truly live. Unburdened by all those false ideals, I'm the one who pushes you to get your hands dirty, to experience the world as it is, not as you wish it were.
All right, now let's turn to the prisons you build for yourselves. These little gilded cages you cherish so much. You see them as safety. I'm here to offer you liberation.
This is your superego, your conscience, that sense of striving. It's really just the voice of society whispering all its rules in your ear. And it's the very thing I find so deeply amusing to deconstruct piece by fragile piece.
So I become your jester. My whole role is to hold up a mirror and show you the utter absurdity of all your self-imposed cages. You might call it blasphemy. I prefer to call it the truth.
Just look at them, all your sacred institutions. I don't destroy them, I simply reframe them. I expose them, not as these noble structures, but for what they really are, prisons. Prisons built from congealed blood and fractal patterns of collective fear. In the end, they're nothing more than organized terror.
And this brings us to the logic of zero. This is the honest value of a soul. Once you strip away all its comforting illusions and its unearned institutional pride, it's the cold, hard truth that you spend your entire lives so desperately trying to avoid.
So what's my ultimate product? The shattering of the uncanny mirror of social order. You see, I don't want to own your soul. I want its total liquefaction. I'm offering you a terrifying, exhilarating freedom. A freedom from meaning itself. And so now that you've heard my argument, now that you've seen my methods laid completely bare, you're left with a simple, yet profound decision.
This is the eternal conflict, isn't it? Your noble but, let's face it, futile reach for the heavens, for some higher meaning, versus my logical, grounding embrace of the void. Aspiration versus reality.
The very few who manage to survive my vile economy, who see my logic and still refuse me, well, they have to face this truth all alone. They have to find the courage to walk a fragile rope over the abyss, to affirm their own existence even after hearing the honest, empty sound of the universe.
The choice, as always, is yours, seeker. That lonely, fragile, utterly exhausting path of affirmation, or the simple, logical, comforting peace of negation. Which will it be?